Alright, we got 2023 Steph Curry was a winter soldier. Be sure to subscribe. We're almost 100 subscribers.
And Steph Curry is going ballistic. He's cashing in long-range threes, tough finishes at the cup.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, 2023. Was it that the year he won against the Celtics in the finals? Yeah, it was different, bro.
In 3 quarters. And then it all went south. Late in the third quarter, Steph swipes for a steal on a Pacer drive and partially dislocates his left shoulder.
Man.
It was a brutal blow. But little did we know that this was the origin story of Winter Soldier Stephen Curry.
Yeah, I forgot. Jordan Poole and all those guys was just doing their thing, bro.
Rocking a compression sleeve that covered his entire arm, instantly drawing comparisons to the Winter Soldier, a superhuman assassin defined by his bionic left arm. And like a Winter Soldier come to life,
Yeah, Curry was cooking, ain't gonna lie, bro.
turned him into a weapon. He assassinated teams in the clutch, tortured entire fan bases,
man,
while launching an array of shots that had you questioning if that arm was.
I forgot Donovan Mitchell was here.
This version of Steph Curry was different.
Even Smart?
Angry,
Nah, this is not the year they won the championship then.
He was something else.
Wait, yes, it is the year they won the championship. That's before Smart got traded. Actually, I'm wrong.
I know who killed Fury. Most of the intelligence community doesn't believe he exists. The ones that do call him the Winter Soldier. He's credited with over 24 assassinations in the last 50 years.
So he's a ghost story.
Nah, Curry was on a mission this year, bro. And it's crazy enough, people didn't know he was gonna win, bro. Everybody thought Celtics was gonna win everything.
Made it back to the mountaintop.
And Curry proved them wrong, bro. I remember like it was yesterday. I was rooting for them.
As a legend, winning the Finals MVP for the first time in his career. This was years in the making. With veteran leadership and a wave of young talent on the rise, Golden State's future has never looked
everyone
so
got
bright.
traded, bro.
These
It's
dudes have a
crazy.
real shot of going back to back. That is until one shot changed everything. As teams geared up for the 2023 season, a video leaked from Golden State's training camp that showed footage of Draymond Green sucker punching Jordan Poole in the face, and every news outlet
Come on, Jordan, bro.
exploded.
Draymond Green destroyed everything, bro.
That set a massive dark cloud over the Warriors.
Those are the one of those things that can never be forgave, bro. Jordan Poole will never forgive Draymond for this. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't blame him. I wouldn't forgive him, bro. The video got exposed and everything. Nah.
State's record in those games, 3-7. Yeah, even a 50-piece against the Suns in the 14th game of the season came in a losing effort. In fact, that loss in Phoenix.
Wait, was it 23 they won or was it 22? Man, y'all say in the comments. I'm confused right now, bro.
It was a clear indicator that this group wasn't as close-knit as they should be, especially as defending champs. The dynamic was broken. Curry attempted to carry the team through their struggles, which resulted in a shoulder injury against the Pacers in mid-December that'll sideline him for a few weeks. Just 29 games into the season, it felt like a year from hell for the Warriors.
Yep.
Little did they know that weeks down the line, they weren't just getting Steph Curry back, they were getting a man who was trained to kill. The chef was back, and he returned with a new look. The dude was rocking a compression sleeve that covered his entire arm to deal with that shoulder injury, and it looked cold. Golden State ended up losing that game. They bounced back to beat the Spurs and then lost to the lowly Chicago Bulls to put their record
Lowly Chicago Bulls.
22.
That's funny.
Steph quickly realized that with this team, he has to take his play to a different level if they want to win. So, in just his 4th game back from injury, the Winter Soldier, suited up in all white, was unleashed.
Now that look is cold, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Curry should come back with this look, bro. That shit is fire. Look at him, bro. Look at Curry, bro. Oh my man, Curry's so special, bro. Let me make sure I'm recording because we'll never know, bro. He is, bro.
41 points and a missile of a three, eerily similar to one we'd see 2 years later in France.
To Curry. Lovely dribble, puts it up.
The one in France is worse, though. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
But yeah, it took all that to beat the
Because that was the final.
Wizards. Not a great sign.
Facts.
3 days later, Curry and the Dubs were back in Boston for the first time since last year's finals. And he reminded them exactly whose house this was.
Excellent defense by Boston. Oh, and now Curry gets it right back from half court. And it's gone. A Curry moment.
That, bro. This gotta be something we shot, bro.
Bomb to end the second
This gotta be
quarter
something,
gave
bro.
The entire city of Boston horrible flashbacks. But the Celtics ended up winning the game in overtime, and it turned Steph all the way up. He responded a few nights later with 34 points in a win against Memphis, 35, 7, and 11 up north to beat Toronto, and then 38 points, 8 boards, 12 dimes, and 8 threes.
But who let Curry get 8 boards, bro? What? I can't even do that in 2K.
They're getting back into championship contention, and then they weren't. Just 5 days later in a game against Dallas, a Maverick drives and bangs knee on knee with Curry, putting Steph out indefinitely with partial ligament tears to his left leg. This was horrible timing. Surprisingly though, Golden State went 7-4 in the 11 games without Curry to put their record at 34-30 on the season. And when he made his return against the Lakers, they ended up losing. Then they lost again and again.
Damn.
3 straight L's in the chef's return. With or without him, the defending champs were beyond confusing. But they'd have a chance to redeem themselves.
Memphis?
The Warriors would host the #1 seed
Oh, it was
for a
Bucks.
Saturday night primetime matchup in the Bay. This was Golden State's opportunity to show the world that they can still compete with the
If I'm
best
sure, but
teams in the
bro,
league.
that year they didn't even win shit, bro.
Planet went to work.
They made the plane, I think, and won against Memphis or some shit.
Curry has a little bit of room and knocks down his first three-pointer. Curry drives inside. Curry tries a three. It's good.
Man, so many people, bro.
Curry, a three-pointer. Bang!
Yeah, Curry's in his zone right now, bro.
Holiday drives, gets in the paint. The runner's up, blocked by Curry. And a quick timeout called by Golden State. Steph Curry first with a three, then with the rejection.
Chris Middleton's been at the scorer's table for a long time.
Curry
Sheesh.
way downtown.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Let me guess, he won for
This
40
was the
points.
behavior of a trained killer.
No, 38.
Down 100 to 108 with 2 to go, Steph bangs a 3, drops in another one, puts in a 2, pulls up for a 3 to tie it, and then comes up with a huge block to send the game to overtime with an emphatic roar to the crowd. It was a Winter Soldier takeover. Then just 4 days later in LA, the man went unconscious for 50 points in 8
God
rebounds,
damn.
including a new
Yeah, Memphis, bro, they getting cooked by Curry every single time, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Splashed home some
Curry got
threes,
grudge against them.
and flipped home a layup while falling to his knees. Not once, but twice. Steph was a different type of animal with that arm sleeve, but Golden State wasn't. They lost that game by 8, which was then followed by 2 more losses to put them 1 game below 500 as the 7th seed in the West. The Warriors desperately need to turn this thing around, and as they made their push for the playoffs, that's exactly what they did. In the final 10-game stretch of the season, the Dubs went 8-2 to snag the 6th seed. The flashes of a championship team were there.
And that
Back-to-back
shot, bro.
titles can be a reality, especially when you got Winter Soldier
Yeah,
Steph peaking.
back-to-back title is hard, gang.
Time of the
You need to have the exact same team, the exact same intensity, but it's hard, bro.
A hungry Sacramento squad that hadn't made the playoffs in over 16 years is what the Warriors were gifted in round
They lost to
1.
them, innit?
And in game 1, they proved to
I'm
be
pretty
a
sure
real
they lost to.
problem.
No, actually, maybe
The
not.
Warriors entered the
Since the
fourth
video's
quarter
still going.
down 1, and the chef cooked. He launches an obnoxious 3 over a double team and laces it. Tucked away in the corner, he skies in another one. Down by 6, he maneuvers his way through traffic to lay it in. He then makes Harrison Barnes play twice.
Bro, I remember when Kings made the playoff for the first time after, I don't know, I mean, years, bro. That was different. Their team was nice, bro.
Cut it to 1. The Warriors get the ball back down by 3 with 2.9 seconds to go.
With their coach, too. Forget his name. Like Mike Brown, some shit like that. I forget. One leg. Oh, he missed.
It was a decent look, but it was off. The Kings celebrate by lighting the beam as they take game 1. And unfortunately, game 2 was more the same. Sacramento pulled out an 8-point win. They light the beam again and are up 2 games to none.
Damn.
The numbers, Golden State is screwed, because teams that take a 2-0 lead win the series a whopping 92% of the time. History is not on their side. So, headed home in a must-win game 3, the man was programmed to kill.
Program. Man, look at out, bro. Forget his name, the shooter, bro. Damn. I was gonna say Hauser, but that's not his name. Order. Yeah, I think that's his name. That's the name. Order, I think.
In the first half, gave the Dubs
That dude can shoot, bro.
And then he poured in another 18 in the second to give him 36, 6-3 on the night, and get right back in the series. Oh, and the Winter Soldier didn't slow down in game 4 either. In the first quarter, he weaves his way through traffic, hits the brakes, pulls it back, and just throws in a stupid shot over Davion Mitchell.
That's a foul, bro.
That was not human. 30 went for 32 on the game, and the series is all tied at 2. Back in sack for game 5, Steph got his first points of the night off a banked-in 3, and he can't stop himself from smirking. Fast forward to the 4th, and the Winter Soldier was killing. 10 points in the frame, capped off by an and-one scoop that sent a jolt through his body as he roars and mean mugs the Sacramento crowd. The man does it again with his 4th 30-point game of the series, and they'll have a chance to close it out at home. But they didn't. The Kings torched them in a 19-point blowout. The defending champs are being pushed into unfamiliar territory. A Game 7 on the road in round 1.
Damn, I thought they won, bro.
For the speech. During a video session one day before Game 7, Steph Curry stood in front of the team and made a promise. He implored his teammates to put their feelings aside, telling anyone who was stuck in their emotions or ready for vacation to not get on the bus. And to whoever did get on, he promised to deliver. That is the stuff of legends, and Steph was a man of his word.
Curry against Murray. Step back, 3-pointers up. It's good. It's just really difficult. It's in, the floater's up and good. And the Warriors have tied it again. Jumper again.
He was in the mission. You can see on his face, bro. No joking around, no smiling, straight, bro. Menace to society. Yeah, he's on that timing, bro. You can tell. Woohoo! Yee-hoo! Yeah, see, I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, Curry, bro. When Curry stops smiling, bro, you know everything, bro. Everybody having fun until Curry stops smiling, bro. She gets spooky after that. American Kings got humble, bro. They were talking too much. Exceptionally, they're fine, bro. They were talking way too much, bro. They were making the playoff. I don't know how many years after they got cocky, bro. They needed to get humble.
With the season on the line, back-to-back titles on the line, the deadliest assassin in the sport went for 50 points, 8
And Golden State got torched after that in the next series, huh?
7 threes.
Damn.
It was at the time the most points scored in a Game 7 in NBA history. And for the cherry on top, up 24 with 2 minutes to go, he lets out a primal scream while telling the King's crowd to light the beam. The Petty King does it again as he drags
Light
the
the
team into a
beam.
second-round matchup
Whoa.
against a familiar foe.
Yeah, they got Spang in it. I know they got Spang, bro.
The two faces that have defined this generation of basketball were set to face off for the 5th time in their careers. This was going to be a movie. Game 1 was a dogfight through and through, one that saw the Lakers take a 14-point lead with just 5 minutes to go. But little do they know, they're facing a winter soldier.
Damn, Curry was on that timing that year, bro. I forgot, bro. I ain't got 2023, bro. That was like 2 years ago, bro. I love good memories like that.
They wanted to switch. They wanted to get Russell on him, and they got it.
Reset Curry. Down it goes again. We are tied at 112.
Of course, Lakers choking, bro. Nothing new here.
The man tosses in an
And one.
puts in another one at the cup, and then snipes home a high-arcing catch-and-shoot 3 as the crowd explodes to tie the game. Unfortunately, those were Golden State's final points of the night. The Lakers win by 5 and draw first blood. The Warriors would clap back with a Game 2 blowout to tie the
Damn.
series, and then got stunned in LA in a 30-point beatdown to go down 2-1. So, entering Game 4, fighting to avoid a 3-1 deficit, the Winter Soldiers' mission was clear. Go off.
With that sweet jumper, able to knock it in.
There's always something about LeBron vs. Curry, bro. He's always a movie every single time. You gotta be a script, bro. They gotta be forcing them to play extremely good and 100% in that game. Dennis Schroeder. Fumble scrum. was that the year you bro, Schroeder, you should take that 100 mil, bro. What were you thinking? Now you're getting traded everywhere, even though you're a really good player, bro. Hopefully, the Germany winning in Germany gonna help you get actually a real contract this
Back in
time.
the Bay down 3-1, Curry took over for 27 points and 8 dimes in the win, but the outcome was inevitable. Despite another 30-piece from Curry in Game 6, no other Warrior starter scored more than 10 points.
Damn.
This was as far as Steph could carry. A 21-point blowout officially ends their quest for back-to-back titles, while ending one of the most unforgettable stretches of Curry's career.
Damn.
Even
Shout
though
out
the
to Curry.
season
He
didn't
did what he
end in
could, bro.
champagne showers, what Steph was able to do with a dysfunctional, chaotic Warriors team was nothing short of legendary. It was a 5-month stretch of cold, calculated, assassin-like dominance, all while draped in a bionic-looking arm sleeve that drew comparisons to a superhuman assassin, which is why for this era of his career, he'll forever be known as Winter Soldier Stephen.
Sheesh. That name, bro. That name is tough.
Because it's almost over.
Man.